A Mary Sue is a character who's too good at stuff. And Rey is a character who's too good at stuff. And it was really funny because I called her a Mary Sue online, and people were like, "You're sexist."
Like the Mary Sue thing, I just didn't get because it wasn't true. The Mary Sue thing in itself is
she's never in danger. She's in danger once
because it's a
Kylo
name of
goes
a woman.
like that, and she gets
and everyone
frozen,
was saying that Luke had exactly the same thing. I think Rey is incredibly vulnerable, and nothing she's doing is for like a
just keep in mind
the
this is a
greater
character
good.
who was
She's just
raised
doing
on
what
this
she thinks is the right thing.
Hello people, I'm the Real Comic Book Gamer, and seeing as The Last Jedi comes out very soon, I thought now would be a good time to take a look back at The Force Awakens, which is a movie a lot of people love, but I'm not the biggest fan of. I've never liked that movie. When it first came out, I was one of the few people that criticized it a lot and did not like it, and I got a lot of heat thrown my way for not enjoying this movie. Now, if you enjoy the movie, that's great. I'm not trying to take that enjoyment away from you. That's fine. You can have your own opinion, but my personal opinion, I think the movie's terrible, and I'm just not a fan of it at all. So, I've been looking back at The Force Awakens because The Last Jedi's coming out soon, and it reminded me of one of the worst parts of this movie is the final snow fight that people absolutely love. Now visually it looks great. I love the look of it. It looks cool, like the setting it's in and the lightsabers and everything, and I love Kylo Ren's lightsaber, how it's so unstable and like powerful looking. I love that, but the fight itself and everything that happens is just terrible and like perfectly sort of encapsulates the Mary Sue that Rey is, and even Daisy Ridley kind of basically just gives a Mary Sue explanation for what goes on in this scene. So we have the scene, first off, let's start at the beginning to where everyone's like, oh, the reason that Rey was able to beat Kylo was because even though Rey has absolutely no training, has never used a lightsaber before, and Kylo has tons of training under Luke and Snoke and is said to be pretty powerful, the reason she's able to beat him is because he got shot with the blaster bolt from Chewie. That's why. Okay, but Rey's not going in there unscathed either. She got thrown full force into a tree like 20 feet in the air and then landed and was completely knocked out, completely unconscious. So she's got a concussion. And then Kylo Ren has a flesh wound. So Rey has got a concussion, just woke up from being unconscious, and Kylo Ren has a flesh wound. But no, she's 100% fine, but Kylo's is the one that's just this devastating thing. Also, he killed his father, so that makes him emotionally unstable and really bad to where he can't fight her. He's so weak because he just killed his father. That's just a bunch of BS. But if you're like me and you're like, that doesn't make any sense how an untrained person who was also injured was able to beat a trained person who was injured, that doesn't add up. Well, thankfully, Daisy Ridley answered why Rey was able to beat Kylo Ren in an interview. Here's her answer.
How Rey beat Kylo Ren?
Why is that so hard for people to get? Like, she's super strong and he's like so weak.
That is a complete Mary Sue answer. I beat him because I was stronger than him. That's the whole reason. Because Kylo's weak and Rey is strong. That's it. And also, force powers, like how strong you are in the force, generally speaking, doesn't have that much to do with lightsaber battles. And my proof for that is multiple reasons. So if you look at Revenge of the Sith, Anakin is so much more powerful in the Force than Obi-Wan, it's not even funny. Like, way levels beyond Obi-Wan. But Obi-Wan's got the experience and is at least on par, maybe even a better lightsaber fighter than Anakin. So that's why he was able to beat Anakin. Or, if you even look at Episode 1, where Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon, I would say Qui-Gon's probably more powerful and more in tune with the Force than Darth Maul, but Darth Maul is a kick-ass lightsaber fighter, so he's able to beat him. But you think Qui-Gon would be able to beat him? No. Or if you even look at the Clone Wars series, which is canon, Pre Vizsla, who's not a Force user at all, is able to contend with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul in lightsaber fights, even though he's not a Force user at all. He was able to contend with them. No force powers whatsoever. But Rey, suddenly the force has everything to do with lightsaber fighting. It makes no sense. The force is a powerful tool and is helpful, but generally doesn't really have much to do with lightsaber fighting. It's not the hugest thing where, oh, if you're way more powerful than someone in the force, you're going to be a better lightsaber fighter. No, even Mace Windu in The Emperor. Now, there are debates whether or not the Emperor set this whole plan up to be vulnerable to Anakin or not, or if he actually did get beat by Mace Windu. But either way, Mace Windu was said to be one of the best lightsaber fighters ever, in Jedi history. But the Emperor was way more powerful in the Force than Mace Windu. But because Mace Windu was a better lightsaber fighter, he is able to beat him. But that's not the best example because, like I said, he could have set that up to vulnerable to Anakin. We don't know. It hasn't really been confirmed as far as I know. But all the other examples I gave also make sense. So yeah, there you go. If you don't want to take that example, all the other examples make sense. But that's not my only problem with the fight. My other problem with the fight is the fact that it's pretty lame, especially if you look at the fight that happens a second prior between Finn and Kylo Ren. That fight is much better than the Rey versus Kylo Ren fight. The reason being is if you look at how fast-paced and intense that fight is, and then you go to the slow, turtle-like pace of the Rey versus Kylo fight, it's so bad.
Do you remember 21st night, September? Love was changing the minds, pretenders, while chasing the clouds away.
The reason for that being is because if you look at the behind the scenes of the Star Wars like documentary they did on The Force Awakens, which was actually really good and was pretty much worth the price of the Blu-ray. When I bought it, I watched that and I was like, man, this is actually really good, because I didn't like the movie, but I gotta own every Star Wars movie, so I bought it, and the documentary is really good. But anyways, in that documentary, Daisy Ridley and her stuntwoman both talk about how it was hard for them to swing the lightsabers because they were so heavy.
So when we got the real sabers and when we got the real stuff, it's heavy.
That's one thing, especially myself and Daisy, we really struggled with, because we've both got quite small arms, and so we've really had to work our arm in the gym to build the strength to be able to move around as quickly as we need to be.
The stamina needed to keep doing it was, and I don't know how I did it, I think adrenaline must have kicked in all day, because I never thought I'd be able to carry on for as long as I did when we were doing the fight sequence.
That's why the fight got so much slower when it went between Kylo and Rey. Just look at the difference in speed. Anyways, I'm jumping all over the place, but you have the Finn versus Kylo fight, which is alright. It's an okay fight. It's a lot more fast-paced and ferocious than the other fight. I liked it a lot better than the fight between Rey and Kylo. It's an okay fight, and then I thought it was pretty stupid how Kylo just like, oh, I'm just gonna give you a little stripe instead of killing you or whatever. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. And then you have Rey, who's able to grab the lightsaber because, again, she's just a complete Mary Sue. She can grab the lightsaber fine. She mastered Jedi mind tricks. She can beat Kylo because of the Force. So she just can do whatever. She's perfect at everything. So she grabs the lightsaber, even though Kylo just couldn't do it. And Luke wasn't able to do it until 2 movies into the series, but Rey can do it immediately because, you know, she's so powerful. So she grabs the lightsaber. They fight. It's a really lame, slow fight. And then you have this moment to where for like, 24 seconds, something like that, they lock lightsabers for just a ridiculous amount of time, and Rey just closes her eyes. It's so bad.
See?
If you're Kylo Ren, why are you just sitting there waiting? I know, like, he's trying to get her to join his side, but he could disarm her there or anything. There's like 1,000 different things he could have done instead of just sitting there like, okay, I'm just gonna let her have her little prayer moment and just like, okay, I'm just gonna, this is nice. But he just sits there. Like, why would you sit there? If you're not trying to kill her still, why would you just sit there? Why wouldn't you at least do like what you did with Finn, where you like use the little part of the lightsaber to burn her shoulder or something? But no, instead, nothing. And then after that, she completely kicks his ass. Like, it's not even a fight after that. She just destroys him, and then she Sparta kicks him. Then Kylo just gets saved by the world splitting apart. But yeah, I went back, I started watching scenes of The Force Awakens on YouTube because The Last Jedi is coming out. I'm probably gonna rewatch the full thing soon to get a refresher on the movie. And when I was watching, I was just like, man, I forgot how bad this scene was, how awful it is, and how just terribly done it is. The music's great. Visually, I like the setting of where it's at and the lightsabers and everything, but the fight itself is lame, and the way everything breaks down is stupid. And then if you listen to Daisy Ridley in interviews, it's so retarded. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Please let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this scene on this scene in The Force Awakens? What do you think of it? Do you think it's as bad as I say, or do you think it's amazing, one of the best lightsaber fights ever? Because it doesn't look like a choreographed dance fight like the prequels. It looks real. I see people say that all the time. They're like, it's great because it's slow. It's like, that doesn't make it great. Like, being slow doesn't make a lightsaber fight great. But anyways, please let me know your thoughts on this scene in the comments down below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. On my grind all day, gonna make $1 million selling that someday. You know I'm in the building when I ride this way. Put me in the pound when I bite this game, bitch, I'm an animal. Eating these rappers, I swear I'm a cannibal.